Hello, everyone, and welcome. Uh, what was I going to say?
It's
No.
our Halloween show.
Yes, thank you, Brian. Brian here, and of course, I'm joined by my co-host Daniel Payton. Says it right there
Yep, I'm here.
at the bottom of the
Mm-hmm.
screen. Sorry for being a late. I had to finish making my coffee, so that way we are ready and prepared for this show. So. Um, People are already watching because tonight is going to be very exciting because we have a guest.
Yes, our annual October guest, Halloween guest of the year, which we always have, will hopefully be on here soon.
Oh, I'm I'm very hopeful because most of the time when we have her on, there's always some sort of technical problem, but she's still there.
Yes.
So that's the good thing. So either way, as long as she pops on and we can still hear her, um, good enough for me. So Sylvia Shults, author and friend,
Mm-hmm.
Sylvia Shults will be on, paranormal author and investigator as well. Um, yeah, that's who's going to be on. So that's who we're waiting for. So in the meantime, hello to John. John Clark is here. He's
Hello,
watching.
John.
Hello. Welcome. Of course, my sister is here. Hello. Welcome. My grandmother is here. Hello. Welcome. Um, have we been up to anything interesting? Any book signings, Comic Cons? Who have you seen? Who have you talked to? Where have you been?
Oh, unfortunately, I can't say I've done a whole lot since we last talked. There's been some bit of tragedy around some friends of mine recently, so I've been busy with that. I have finished the edit work on. Sorry, I have finished my side of the edit work on the next Dragon Wand book,
Okay.
which I just got the cover proof back. So soon you're going to get to see the cover for book 6 of Dragon Wand series,
Oh,
and it will be coming out for Christmas season. I have been sharing this. There is a short story collection called Christmas Miracles that I have a story in called The Clockwork Magi that is coming out also Christmas this year. And I am currently working on the edits for the next Owl Headed Wand book. So I have been busy, busy, busy with all of that, but actual go out, sign books, meet people stuff, I haven't been able to do in too long. Soon, though, soon I'll be at Motor City Comic Con in November, and that one's going to be a lot of fun.
nice, nice. Yeah. That's a lot.
Hello, Alfonso Cavalho. I know I'm saying that right. Is it somebody you know?
Yes. Hello. Welcome. Thanks for watching, Alfonso. Joe William as well is here.
Hey,
Howdy,
Joe.
Alfonso. Um, I've been doing well, other than working um, my butt off.
Mm.
I've been trying to write and record. I got so many projects going on. So, yeah, but I think it's going in the right direction. I hope people are still listening and paying attention to Riley Mason's stuff. Best be listening. We're missing a couple of people. We're still waiting for a few more stragglers to come along. Yeah, but other than that, I personally haven't been really up to anything. So,
Yeah, as I said,
it's getting close.
it's been a hard summer for myself and friends around me. I have been to 3 different funerals this summer, if that kind of lightens you what's going on. So it's been heavy. Um, but and I got a lot of book work going on, and hopefully some good news on that end soon. We'll be doing some more stuff, and next year planning on some bigger things going along.
Yeah.
So I've had a lot of great response to the owl-headed wand, which I am very excited about people's response to it. I just wish people would talk it up more. That organic growth is the best, and I just wish people would get out there and really talk it up more.
Yeah.
So, what are people doing for Halloween? We were hoping people would submit some pumpkin carving, but nobody. I did actually have a pumpkin carving contest in house this past
I did
Tuesday.
carve one.
So we have one. We have one. Yours.
Yep. Well, I don't know. I might be disqualified though. But I'm gonna try my best to win. Ugh. Ugh. Oh my God! Careful.
What breed of pumpkin is that?
This is your typical pumpkin. I went down to my local farmer's market and I picked it out myself. It was just perfect. It was the perfect size, right? Perfect color. And I'm like, this is amazing. This is an amazing find. I have to carve this and win. So I hollowed it out
Perfectly.
There's nothing in there. And then what I did, folks, don't try this at home. I glazed it. And it turned a nice, shiny, like I can use this year round. Yeah. So I won. Isn't it nice? Did I win?
I don't think so. See, we need to have a picture of you carving it too, and
Well, Yankee Candle.
But I actually did have a pumpkin carving contest here at the house with some friends of mine for my weekly game night. We got a whole bunch of pumpkins from the store, and I had them clean them out and carve them, which is great. And I'll let people know this: if you are carving pumpkins, you can take the pumpkin debris, the innards, the seeds, the bits and pieces, and if you have like an area that's a thicket, trees and all, where you have like deer and stuff gather, toss it out there because they love it. It's really good for them. And it is actually surprisingly native. Pumpkins are native, and they are a really nutritious food for wild animals in North America. So if you want to get rid of them, just go out there and put them where the animals can get them, and they will be very happy for it.
Mm.
So, in fact, we had that. I tossed some pumpkin debris out back, and the very next day I saw several deer up back there going after him.
Yeah. Oh, they like that stuff. Absolutely. So at least my sister's doing something. Hello, people. What's everyone doing? Are you staying home? Are you handing out candy for trick-or-treaters? Do you have kids? Are you taking them trick-or-treating? Maybe. Or are you just staying in? It's another night because you had to work, 9-hour shift, and you don't feel like doing anything, you little monsters. Go away. Stay off my lawn. Kind of a person. So what's happening? My sister is taking my niece to truck or treat on Saturday. My aunt, hello, is handing out candy. She hands out candy all the time. And I miss that. I miss handing out candy. It's so fun.
Yeah, I say where I live here, they don't have trick or treating in the neighborhood. I mean, you could, they just don't. But I do. We do trunk or treat at our church, which we'll be doing next week, and I'll help out with that. I think that's what she was going for, was trunk or treat, because she was cursing out the autocorrect.
Did I read it wrong?
No, it's written truck or treat, but I think it's supposed to be trunk or treat.
I don't know if we want to do a truck or treat. That just sounds a little ominous. So anyways, truck or treat? Trunk or treat? whatever. I get
Party at the Box Factory. I go through them. I always do marathon in October of Halloween movies, but I don't do horror. So we watch a lot of the classic kids Halloween movies, so like Hocus Pocus and things like that. So that's one of my usual yearly fun things to do is watch just silly Halloween movies.
Trunk. Silly Halloween movies. I don't do the horror movies either. Some of the lighter ones, yeah, like Hocus Pocus. Although, I'm getting a little upset because now I hear there's a third. Yes, yeah.
Oh.
I know it's been confirmed. So for those that want another Hocus Pocus, here it comes, a third. What more can you do, folks? It's getting just a little out of control here.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Milking the cow here, people. The first one was great. The second one, I didn't care for it that much. I mean, it wasn't bad. It's just, it seemed like it was unnecessary.
It filled some time.
Yeah.
It was nice to see the three of them back together.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So, but yeah, it's coming back. But yeah, I like the classics and cheesy horror, B-rated movies, that you find on, these free streaming services that we now all of a sudden have that came out of nowhere. So yeah. Not a Chucky fan, so you don't watch Chucky, that little doll that now has his own series. A series, yeah. Daniel, a series. I find that kind of sad too, but people want it. People watch that stuff.
Yeah, back in the day when I worked for Blockbuster, our horror section was probably, in our older movies, is probably our most rented section next to the kids. Yeah. This section definitely got a lot of attention because there are a lot of little kids renting movies, but not next to that, I think horror got our second most attention. And people would rent them by the armload, especially in October. They'd come in and rent 5 and 6 and 7 movies a night.
Yeah, yeah. I remember those days. Oh, yes. And it's funny because I believe my mother was a manager for Hollywood Video.
Mm-hmm. The enemy,
yeah. I remember those days, and she would get the movie posters when they would have to change them out, and they would be the Disney ones. So I have a lot of those. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that. Maybe my sisters don't know. No, I do have like a couple of them, but there's like small ones. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Does anyone watch any Halloween stuff every year that comes on? The same stuff, Hocus Pocus. We know that. That's like a ritual now. I'm pretty sure people watch something. There's so many things on there. I think some of it's kind of like overkill.
Yeah.
No pun intended, but
Amber has. I like the old classic Peanuts, the Charlie Brown.
Brown.
It's a great pumpkin. The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. That one's always fun.
Practical Magic.
I watch things like I don't know. I like the old Halloween Town Disney movies. Those are the kind of silliness I go for.
With Debbie Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've seen those. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Practical Magic. I've seen Practical Magic.
That's a long time. Yeah.
You know, Sandra Bullock. Practical Magic. Which I heard that they were trying to do another one or something. I hope not.
Oh, they're probably going to try and reboot it.
I'm tired of reboots.
There's actually an explanation behind why they're doing so many reboots. It doesn't justify it, but there is an explanation, and it's silly. And the writer's strike recently is actually an example of why. And yeah. I like to watch It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Yeah, John Clark, I agree. That's a fun one. Spookly the Square Pumpkin? I don't think I've actually heard of that one.
I have no idea. John said, "What now?" Oh yeah, yep. That's always on TV. Then
I think you can find most of those. The Charlie Brown specials, the Garfield special. I think you can actually find them on YouTube now.
YouTube, they're on DVD, they're on Blu-ray as well.
Hmm.
You can even purchase them on streaming services, and oh yeah, they're out there. Rudolph and all the Christmas ones, and the ones for Thanksgiving and all that stuff.
Now, Nightmare Before Christmas, is that a Halloween movie or is that a Christmas movie?
Well, um, it is technically a Christmas movie.
Hmm.
However, the character just happens to live in Halloween Town. Because when you go to Disney, Jack Skellington is only out during the Christmas party, in which starts usually the end of what? October, the beginning of November, for
Yeah.
Christ. Everything switches overnight to Christmas. So yeah, that's the only time, because that's the only time I was able to get a picture with him and Sally. So yep.
Yeah.
You don't see him during any other time.
I agree with Heather when she says you get 2 holidays out of it. It's a good transition movie.
That's true. Yeah.
What I always thought was funny is, I mean, I love, to
Sylvia,
me,
where are you?
I don't like the horror side of Halloween that people love, which if you like it, that's fine. But to me, I don't. I like the fantasy, the magic and mystery of it. So I like things like fantasy movies and all as well. And what I always found amusing is like on the back when it was on, like, I think ABC Family or Freeform, now it's all over the place, Harry Potter. Every year for Halloween, they'd have Harry Potter, and they would show the Halloween clips, and it's Halloween, so it's Harry Potter, and then all of a sudden November hits, they show the Christmas part. It's Christmas. It's time for Harry Potter, and it's like, okay, which one do you want to pay? You're going for both of them now.
Yep.
Anything to put ads on TV.
Right. Absolutely. So I have messaged our guest, because there's that hour difference between me and her. And do you have a time difference as well? You
No.
do. No, you do not? We're the
Nope.
same?
You and I are both on the same time. I'm on Eastern, so
Weird.
I think if you go just a couple hours west of where I'm at, it time changes.
Oh.
So I'm closer to that time, but I'm in your time zone.
Okay.
I was also in Tennessee too.
Well, that I know, yeah. It's just weird that she's before you and she's an hour behind me. So to her, it's 7:20. So I hope that she's not waiting for her 8 o'clock to come on, because I know sometimes she does that. So I sent her a message just in case. So for those who are not are watching for the first time, Sylvia Shults, author Sylvia Shults, is more of a paranormal author. She has been on with me as a guest since 2014, along with Daniel here. So that's how I met you. So she has been a tradition on any show that I do. Every October, everyone asks for her. I love listening to her stories, and I just love her as a friend. So I just enjoy when she comes on. So for those who are interested in her books, and most of the time I usually forget to do this. Let's see if this works. There it is, folks. So there's her website, and you can go there and learn everything you want to learn about Sylvia Shults and her books and how to find them and whatnot. So yeah. So we're going to wait to see if she pops on. I hope she does. But in the meantime, you can go there. And I don't know why it's so big. And check her out. Her books are also on Amazon. So another place. So, and of course, as always, because I guess I can consider myself an author, Not really. If you buy any book and you enjoyed it or did not, leave a review for any author, any book that you buy from anywhere. If there's a chance to leave a review, do it. There.
And right now, if I'm not mistaken, my most recent book, The Owl-Headed Wand, is currently $1.99.
What's happening? What's $1.99? That's cheap.
The ebook for The Owl-Headed Wand is $1.99 because I'm trying to drive up not just sales but reviews, because as I've told people many times, reviews help us get publicity. So if you want to get yourself a copy, it's $1.99 right now, which is cheaper than you can get 5 books right now for the price of a gallon of gas, I think. No, not much, but still, yeah, it's $1.99 for mine. But yeah, go check out Sylvia Shults' books. She has several now that she's worked on over the years since we've known her.
My goodness, yes. I don't know if I can show the picture or not. I don't think I can. Probably not. So she is coming on to talk about her latest book, which I'm kind of interested for her to talk about. She's told me about it. But something very interesting, which of course it's Sylvia, so it's not surprising. So, Gone on Vacation, Haunted Zoos, Museums, and Amusement Parks. That is her latest book to come out. So, very interesting. Yep. I'm trying to see if there's any like little information about the book here.
I did not mean to do that.
What did you do?
Well, Joe shared a link. I'm not sure what he means. He said, share your link, bro. And he put a link on thing to an Amazon. Is that Sylvia's book? A book or?
What link are you talking about there, Joe? I'm sorry.
I can't seem to click it without expanding it. So.
Ours.
Oh, I bet that's a link to my Owl-Headed Wand.
Oh, Owl-Headed Wand? Well, there you go. There it is.
Thank you, Joe.
Everybody knows that Daniel's books are on Amazon. Do you have a website?
I do. PeytonPublications.com.
That's right.
And I give as much attention as I can spare, but not much. I try to.
I do the same thing. Don't worry. I have a website as well, and it's like I'm hardly ever on that thing. I'm more focused on writing and I forget about the website. So I haven't gotten any complaints. So I forget. Sorry. Good catch, Joe. There we go. Sylvia. Oh, Sylvia Shults. Where are you, my friend?
So I know in the past you've dressed up costuming as a vampire. What's your favorite cosplay or costume you've done? Is that your favorite, or?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you.
Me as a vampire?
Yeah, I have a picture of you dressed up from a Halloween party you did back when you did your first show.
Oh, God. That's possible. I can't remember. So what's the question? My most favorite costume I've worn, or in general?
Yeah, just see. Heather suggests Star Trek.
It's possible. I mean, I still own it. I still have it. I was going to wear it, but I'm like, no, that's okay. Probably Star Trek. I paid a lot of money for that. I was proud to wear it, and I got 5 uses out of it until people started complaining and not wanting me. If you can come to the party, Brian, but you got to dress as something else, man, because I'm tired of seeing Captain Picard walk through the door. So, yeah, my friends were barring me. So it's like, I don't want to. So probably, yeah, Star Trek, I think. Anything I'm interested in, yeah. Vampires too. The vampires are fun, but I'm not really throwing makeup on anymore. I mean, that was when you're young and you're having fun and you got the teeth. I mean, having the teeth, and I almost wanted to just glue them because I wanted fangs, but you use that adhesive, and I always used Paladin there to keep them up in there. But yeah.
You know me, I have my wizard outfit I love to dress up as for Comic-Con. And I have my just kind of, I don't know, brighter outfit that I wear for a lot of stuff with the big hat. I want to do a steampunk outfit. One of these years, I want to put together a full steampunk outfit.
Originally, I was supposed to go with that. I was supposed to be a steampunk Victorian outfit. Was the theme of my costume, but I chose something else instead. I was supposed to go as the Prince of Darkness. Yep. But now I won't be using that costume. So too bad. Oh, Sylvia, where are you? What's happening here, Sylvia?
I don't think there has been a show yet where we've interviewed Sylvia that her technical difficulties haven't popped up. Yes, Heather. You say used to think she was creative until she went to GalaxyCon. Brian now understands that. When you go to a Comic-Con, you realize what level costuming can really be at. But what I do love about Comic-Cons, and what I do love about this, is that even though you go there and you meet people who are dedicated cosplayers, absolutely dedicated cosplayers, and their stuff is amazing. These people are not judgmental. If someone comes in with something that's a lot less complicated, a lot less effort, they're going to be just as eager to take a picture with you, to compliment you. There's nothing that's like super negative about it. Everybody's real happy. So I can see when I go to these Comic-Cons, I can see the level of costuming that I am not at, and I don't have the time, money, or ability to be at unless I really put years into it. And I respect that work because I know what went into that. However, I also know that if I just want to wear a Star Trek shirt and put a badge on, they're going to love it too. So that's one thing I love about Comic-Cons is they're very, very friendly about that. I've met very few people who've been, I want to put the word judgmental, critical. And actually, the only time I've encountered that was at a Renaissance Festival, not at Comic-Con. And there have been people there who've gotten overtly critical. And it's like, come on, people, we're just having fun. Amber says she likes it when it's handmade, not bought. I can agree to a point. I can respect somebody just wanting to have fun and wear a costume they bought. But the people who do the work to hand make their costume, I'll give them respect all over the place. I'm a stitcher, an embroiderer. I've done sewing and handwork. So when I see people who do this stuff and I can see the handwork that's gone into making this costume, I know what they put into that. The hours of work and experience and skill they put into that. That's always impressive. They or somebody who made it for them. Yeah. John says he loves seeing the different takes on characters. I have a whole backlog of pictures of Pikachu Mandalorians, of all kinds of crossover of Avatar and Harry Potter, of anime characters, and all kinds of stuff. And I love seeing that different takes on characters, different views of the gender bent costumes, where you have a lot of the characters they've really gone to town making the character now a female character, outfit, everything. And the thing is, it's brilliant. Every time I see one of those, they've really put it, it's just brilliant how they've changed it. You know who they are, but it's in a way very different. Yes, Heather. And trust me, you can go to a Comic-Con and look at the costumes. These people are so creative and look professional. And yes, there are professional cosplayers. You'd be surprised. There are professional cosplayers. They get paid to go to these cons. You get pictures with them, or they don't get paid. They'll rent booth space, but all they do is people come to get pictures with them because they look so amazing, and they make a lot of money doing that. There's been a couple of them. I actually went to a Comic-Con in Georgia, not Dragon Con, but there was another one, and there was a guy dressed up as one of the main characters from The Walking Dead. And the guy's own face is, naturally, he really favored this actor. And the outfit he had was absolutely perfectly matched. And he was getting pictures. People were coming up to him asking for his autograph. And he kept having to tell them, no, I am not really this person. And during that Comic-Con, the comic convention officials had to come over and tell him he couldn't put his pictures anymore, tag his pictures online during the event, because the manager of that actor started seeing them and seeing people tag, hey, look who I met here, and it's not really him. And so they said, would you please stop putting your picture up on our page right now? It's going to get us in trouble with the production studio of this person. That's how good he was.
Well, I hope people aren't doing that about me, trying to get in places. Don't do it, folks. You won't get away with it.
As long as they want to edit my books for me, I'll let them edit me.
Yeah. What else? Oh, Lord, Sylvia Shults.
Oh,
I'm waiting for a response. It's not like I can call her. I don't have her phone number. I used to have her phone number, but I don't anymore.
Now I'll have another thing with the costuming. I'm part of what's called the Araboths Renaissance Invasion. It's a club of people that's run by this guy whose character is named Araboth. He has an amazing outfit that is just his. It's kind of a fantasy, medieval, dragonish knight outfit. And but what we do is once a month, all the cosplayers from the Renaissance Festival and other places that are part of this group get together, and we will invade something like, here we have the cider mills. We have all the big events. That was one this past week. Or concerts or other things where we all come in costume to the event. Yep. Now, we don't disrupt it. We don't, do stuff to be obnoxious about it. We try to be very respectful and have fun. But it's kind of fun when we do when the Dungeons and Dragons movie came out this past year. During one of the showings here in Michigan, we all came in costume, in Renaissance costumes, to Dungeons and Dragons, to the theater, and just all showed up. It was hilarious, and people loved it. We got pictures taken. There was stuff going on. It was amazing. So you can really have fun with it. You really can. And yes, Brian, after going to the same convention for almost 10 years in a row, several of them have done that long, I see people who wear the same costume every day, every year to that convention. And no one says anything about it. And if that's what you want to do, be you, So some people can handle that.
True. I don't care. Oh, well. Well.
John says he'd love to see people cosplay his characters. Yeah, that's always fun. I've only had a couple people, but yeah, it can be fun.
I haven't made it that far where people are actually cosplaying my characters yet, so I'm actually glad.
Depends,
I don't know how. Trust me, it would be very nice to meet my characters, but I don't think that's going to happen. So, but you never know. It'd be pretty cool. Well. Oh God, Sylvia. She chose this date. This is on her, and I'll get her for this. So if it comes to it, folks, we will reschedule.
Mm-hmm.
Make no mistake. Come hell or high water, we will reschedule. But in the meantime, we still have hopefully time for her to pop on, I hope. If not, then we're definitely going to have to reschedule this. Yes. So in the meantime, I'm still hopeful here.
Well, while we're waiting, I'll say that
she's going to do it again. You watch 9:00. She's going to pop on as we're going off because that's what she did the last time.
Yeah, and she won't be the first one that's done that too. Schedules.
Yeah.
One of the things that happened over the past month, who were talking what's been going on, is I had to write and produce a story for Heroes Rising quickly. We had a major player in the game, unfortunately, pass away. And he was a big supporter of the Kickstarter before the game even launched. He was a big player in the game since it began. And he actually earned through the Kickstarter the right to set up a special event that of a character or something that he would create. And we had it all set up. And we were working on it. And then we got the bad news. And we decided to tie him, his character, and his story into the main story arc that I was currently working on. However, I wasn't planning on having this next story out until the end of October, but the event had to go live on the 8th. So in less than 4 days, I wrote an entire full segment, which is roughly 20,000 words. 25 no this one was 25,000 words into the game to take care of this, and it was not easy, but I really liked where it went, and I really hope to honor what he wanted to do and his character, his personality. So that was surprising, and it came with some great story. I just really wish I hadn't been the circumstances around it. So that's one of the things I did over the past few weeks. And let me tell you, I literally just shut myself off for a couple of days. Like, nobody talk to me. I've got to write. Just write. Because doing this is an experience like anything else I've done. Because I have to write, edit, then format, and publish all in a very short period of time every time I do these things. Yeah. I don't have a lot of help on it.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I hear you on that. You pretty much do everything yourself. You have to.
But I did learn something. I'll tell you, maybe this will help you, but it might help others too. That's been a real benefit. About 2 months ago, there was a person on one of the writing pages that I'm part of that made a suggestion. And I never thought of it. I knew this existed, but I never thought about it. And it helps me edit. I take each segment, chapter, whatever, small portion of that I edit through it myself, just visually edit, read it through. Then I take it, highlight it, and print it off as a PDF, which is just saving it in PDF form. So one little segment, and then I open it and have it read it aloud. Because if you do so, you can click read aloud, and it's a very robotic voice that mispronounces your invented words, but still, you hear something reading your words very methodically, going through it, reading the story to you, and where you just edited, it's catching words you either missed or you spelled wrong, because it's a computer reading your work. So it's going to read whatever word you've put in front of it. So when you've missed a word, misspelled it, whatever, it catches it. If it reads a sentence, you're like, wait, why did that end that way? You're like, because hearing it read to you will help you edit it yourself. Well, it's one of the various ways you can self-edit your work. And so like this, I experimented by doing it with this story because I usually have someone help me edit these stories, but I had to get them out quick. So each segment of the story, I put it in that PDF and let it read it to me. And my goodness, did it help me clean it up well enough so I was okay to put it out there.
Yeah.
And it's free to do. If you have any kind of writing program, just print off as a PDF and then open it, and you'll see little things to read aloud right up there. Click on that, and your computer's then reading it to you.
You learn something new every day. I'll have to try it.
Yeah, I would definitely give it a shot. It is It
I
was.
don't just
I've been
record
surprised.
myself. That's normally what I do.
Yeah, but
And then listen to it back.
you listen to it back?
Unfortunately, that's the only time I'll listen to myself. I'll listen to it back. I'll make sure that it makes sense to me. I understood everything. I understood myself. I didn't make any mistakes. But if I did, something doesn't sound right, or I said the wrong name, oops, which, who hasn't done that? Whatever.
Yeah.
I'll go back through and then I will go and change it. So
You might try this though for yours then, because then you wouldn't have to record it that first time. You could just have this read it to you and
that's
then record it. And
yep.
that will help you listen to the flow. Now, as I said, this is having a computer read it, so it'll sound a bit robotic, and its pronunciations might be funny in places where you're putting a name that's not real or a word that you've made up.
Right. Yeah.
In the story I just did it with, there's words in it that are purposely spelled to get across a dialect. So the person speaks with a heavy accent. So I kind of put misspelled words to make that happen. Boy, did that screw up that thing! It was making funny sounds trying to make that work for it. But I knew what was going on, so I just kind of okay.
Well, it is almost quarter of, and I have lost all hope of her coming on when she was supposed to be on. Still, no. Now I sent her the link. I got the thumbs up that she got it, and that's it. Since then, I have not gotten anything from her, Sylvia. So I'll just say, go to her website. It's right there, sylviashults.wordpress.com. There you'll find all the information about Sylvia, all of her books. And it's not just books that she does. She also does a podcast as well, which is called Lights Out. And that is just spooky stories, which you can find on YouTube. And she has guests come on and tell their experiences. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Check that out. Check out her new book, right? Gone on Vacation, Zoos, Museums, and Amusement Parks. Haunted zoos, museums, and amusement parks. That's her latest book. So I'm pretty sure that she would have done a better job at explaining all of this stuff than me. So I apologize.
I'll try to do a little promoting for you, Sylvia. I found the Amazon page for the book, Gone on Vacation, and it says, vacations. There's nothing like getting away from it all, taking in a change of scenery and maybe visiting a museum, or enjoying animal antics at the zoo, or scaring yourself silly on a roller coaster at an amusement park. But the unseen can linger even in these pleasant places. Join award-winning paranormal reporter Sylvia Shults for a look on the darker side of your summer vacation.
Well,
and I will post in here a link to that book.
Very nice. There you go. There's the link. So this is for her new book on Amazon, correct? Right? Yep. Going on Vacation. So, and she does have an author page, so you can see her other books.
Yep. One of the great things on Amazon, of course, you should know, if you click on the person's name, it should bring up all the books that they are connected to. So you'll be able to see what they have and what's available.
I'm writing her another message. She'll probably watch this later and be like, oh my God. Don't worry, Sylvia. Another time difference issue. So we will have to reschedule. I'm sorry, folks. We're going to have to reschedule. But I have this sneaky suspicion that she is going to pop on when we're saying goodbye to everyone and everyone's going to leave and we're going to be like, wait, don't go. Here she is. Yeah. But I'm trying to avoid that. So I think we should just reschedule and have her back on. So we'll have another Halloween show.
One more Thursday before Halloween.
This was a practice show. That's all this was, folks. Pay no attention. Well, you were supposed to, but let's see what she has to say about that. Unless something came up and, something important, and then I obviously will understand. So, in the meantime, any questions for Dan and I before we hit the trail? Anything at all?
About writing, about my books, about the meaning of life, meteorological studies, archaeological digs. I don't care. I'll answer questions about anything. Whether or not it's the correct answer, I don't know.
Taking questions, folks. This last chance. Oh, Sylvia.
I did that to somebody once. There was I can't remember if it was an actor or musician, but I was on YouTube and they had an AMA, Ask Me Anything, which logically means ask about them, their work, or all that kind of stuff. But I started asking random questions about science or about history. And they're like, why are you asking this? I'm like, you said anything. Do you have anything new coming out, Brian?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what am I currently doing? I'm doing the last book of my first series. I'm also doing a side story off of Murder in Stratton County, which is a haunting in Stratton. So I got that going. And then possibility of yes. So I'm doing a rags to riches type romance. Their billionaire CEO type story, blah, blah, blah. But there's a lot more to it. So, yeah, kind of arranged marriages and upset people and murder, schemes, secrets, skeletons in the closet. There's everything in this. So, yeah. Oh, Dan?
Question, what?
What are your current plans for Nano? I believe that is a question for you.
Both of us, I suppose. NaNoWriMo?
I know exactly what it is. Unfortunately, I don't participate in that. I wish that I had the time for that. So
I do and don't. I don't have anything like simmering away that's going to be what I'm writing. But the do part is over the past few years, NaNoWriMo has been used by me to write the next book in this series or that series. Something that I've been promising my publisher. Oh, well, okay, yeah, we need more books here. We need more books there. Well, I've already got the Dragon book series finished. We're just finishing editing and producing it. I've got the next 2 books of Owl-Headed Wand written. One's about to be edited. The second one is still in the back burner waiting for its work.
Right.
So Ursula Starship, its book is out. So this year, I'm going to let myself just have fun and come up with something either completely new, or maybe I'll write the next Ursula Starship book, or I might just pull something else out, a story in the universe of the Owl-Headed Wand or something. Just have fun writing. Let myself write like I used to, just off the cuff, enjoy writing.
Ursula Starship. Of course, yes. I'll agree. For those who are also watching that don't know, I'm a character in quite a few of Dan's books that he's released. So you can also check out Dan's books on Amazon, and the link is there somewhere. It's up there. Yeah, Mark. Hi, Mark. Hello. Uh-oh.
So I know John and Mark are both writers. Do you all have your plans set in motion for NaNoWriMo, or National Novel Writing Month, to those who don't know?
That's right. A lot of authors and writers. I mean, I consider myself a writer. I mean, I don't consider myself an author per se. So, Mark says yes. Oh, okay.
I thought it was funny. I saw an ad on, I think it was Facebook. I'm getting a sponsored ad for writing pages and writing programs stuff, and
Yeah.
it was this program that you could pay for that will help you write a book in a month, 50,000 words, and it's only for November. But you're going to pay them to get on their website and have them basically do exactly what the Nano website does, which is free. And you have a community of people, who are others are paying for this to also help encourage you, because they're also writing. I'm like, you're describing Nano. The Nano website's free to join. They have a lot of connection abilities between different authors who are writing. We encourage each other. We do stuff like, you can really build a community there if you work at it, and it's free. And they're this site. It's scummy because they're taking advantage of that and trying to sell it. Really? That's just stupid.
Hmm.
And yes, right. If you haven't done it, if you haven't sat down and pounded out words like every day, or at least once every other day, to write a book and finish a book, it's hard.
Yeah.
I will never tell people who are first starting or who haven't done that much, oh, it's easy. It's not even easy for me. I've done how many books? I've published how many books? It's still hard. But something like Nano is a great practice because it forces you to keep moving forward. And that's
Right.
the problem with a lot of writers, is they move forward until something stumbles them, and then they meander, or they stop, or they fuss on one little detail. It's like, no. Nano, you just got to keep marching forward if you want to hit that target.
Hmm.
And then you fuss on those details and fix those roadblocks go by editing and revising and all. So I highly recommend it, and anybody who wants to try writing a book, Nano is a great way. And again, the website is free to join. The stuff's free to do.
Hmm.
They work off donations.
Absolutely. Oh boy. Mm-mm-mm.
Mark
Well,
says, I'm going to write a story about two people who are helped by a young moon god who helps people to change their lives. Oh, that sounds interesting. That'll be interesting.
the power to write and come up with whatever you want. I love it. Creating your own world, your own universe,
Mm-hmm.
and then doing whatever you want in that universe. So, yeah.
I was reading the backstage biography of one of the writers from the I Love Lucy show. And he talked about how they made the show. Because if you've ever watched I Love Lucy, you know that the show's always dwindled into craziness, zaniness, stuff that made no sense if you really think about it. But he said something that made me think this is a good advice for any writer. Oh, I have tried, but I don't write that way. It's always good practice. Yeah, it takes practice, John. It takes practice. Mark says, I want to focus on how the phases of the moon impact God's abilities, and that change can be seen as both good and bad. That sounds really interesting. Very interesting. What I was saying is, he said that, if you look at I Love Lucy, let's take one of those famous episodes, the Candy Factory, where Lucy and Ethel end up in a candy factory on that line that goes faster and faster, and they're shoving chocolates in their shirts and eating them and all that, trying to not letting you get by. How silly is that? If you really just watched it in a, by itself, it's like, this is just dumb. But when you watch it from the beginning, they set it up so well that when you get to that point, you're just laughing at it. Now it makes sense. And I think he described particularly speculative fiction, but a lot of fiction. A lot of fiction is you have to build, set up, and create and make little points in the beginning that now make the end make more sense. Even if your ending is silly. I just wrote a fiction that's being submitted for Rise of the Future that is parody. It's silly. It breaks the fourth wall every page. The characters are complaining about the author all the way through this because of how silly it is. But I seeded all the way through it bits and pieces that help. So when you get to the ending, which is crazy, it's just funny because you're getting it. Sci-fi people have so much to be grateful to Lucille. Yes, sci-fi people have a lot to be grateful for from Lucille Ball. She saved Star Trek. Okay, let me guess. Sylvia's on? That look.
I told you. Well, oh my God. All right. It's up to you. You want her to pop on or no? So she's asking, and hold on. Yeah, I did not see. See, the problem is, yeah. Anyways, yeah.
We could bring her on for a minute and see if we maybe talk into our next show or.
All right. Well, we can at least bring her on to set up. Okay, let me at least explain that. So don't go anywhere, folks. I know it's almost that time for us to go.
What Mark is mentioning here, people, is that Lucille Ball is the reason Star Trek, the original series, got launched. It was put before her for a team, and they were about to deny it, and she put her foot down and said, "No, do this." And she even had a physical contribution to make to the filming of it as it started. She got out there. There's a famous story of them working on the set. She's sitting there watching. There's people trying to run the camera along the track. The track has stuff on it, and they're struggling this and that, and finally she's like, "Grab a broom." So she grabs a broom and sweeping the track in front of the camera just to make sure it can go, because when you're working on a TV show, you can't pause every 5 seconds. It's not like theater. It's truly action, move, or start over. And so she literally physically got the show running. She authoritatively got the show running. Without Lucille Ball, Star Trek wouldn't have existed. Or if it had, it would have been very different. So, yeah, I love Lucy for more than one reason. I love classic TV. Lucy is the godmother of all sitcom television. But at the same time, she had an impact that was incredible behind the scenes. Mark says, "You never know everything from behind the scenes. I really recently found out that Dolly Parton was a silent partner behind Buffy." Yeah. I can tell you that like Harrison Ford has had a major impact behind the scenes of a lot of movies and things that most people don't realize.
Come on, Sylvia. She's on there. She's like, "Oh no." Yeah, again, for some reason it always tells her the wrong time, and I don't understand why it does that. Okay, so let's reschedule.
Hopefully next Thursday, so we can keep it to Halloween.
So, folks. All right. So I apologize. She's apologizing. But you were here. You all came, and we're gonna come on to see her. So I apologize. So next Thursday is the real Halloween show. This is just the fake one again. So it's.
I'll extend the pumpkin carving contest to next week.
Oh yes, another week. So
we didn't have anybody enter. So everybody who at least submits a picture of a pumpkin you've carved will get a free e-copy of a book of mine. Mm-hmm. And I will pick a winner who's going to win a $25 Amazon gift card. And all you have to do is carve pumpkin and give us a picture of it and send it to our the private message for the Brian Dan Hour page. And on the show next week, we will show them off, and I will pick a winner. As I said, everybody will win something at least. So get out there and get carving. Let's make this a happy Halloween for our next show with Sylvia Shults here to add her ghostly fun to it.
If we get the right time. So I'm just letting her know. Just remember, she needs to come on at
8 o'clock.
Well,
7
so
her time.
So 7 o'clock, right?
Yes, 7 o'clock her time.
7 p.m. your time. So, yeah. Okay, there we go. So we're all set. So next Thursday, I will bother her all day just to let her know that she needs to come on at 7 p.m. her time. And we're going to be chit-chatting with author Sylvia Shults about her book. So in the meantime, we've already given you the information ahead of time. You're welcome. So now you're going to be prepared. You're going to know all about her. And you've already ordered the book. You're waiting for it to come on Amazon. We're good, right?
Surprise her. Get your copy of the book and read some of it so you can ask questions about it.
Right. Get your questions ready. There she is. See? Okay. 7 p.m. my time. Gotcha. I love her. Again, sorry. I hope everyone has a great rest of the week, a great weekend. That's it. That's all I have to say.
Yep. Hope to see you next week. And as I said, carve a pumpkin. Give us a picture of it.
Yeah, win something, folks. So good night. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share.
Share the love, people.
And if you don't get notifications, don't forget, click the button on the video there to make sure you get future notifications when we go live.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
So,
all
good
right.
night, everybody.
We'll see you next week.
Next week. Definitely.